Zed Seselja is, of course, a minister in the federal government. He's a senator from the ACT, and he's a man who has got plenty to say about Labor's budget costings. I'll get to that in a second, but he is in the fight for his political life right now because there's plenty of people coming for his seat in the ACT. I wanted to get him on election week to say publicly what I would say to him privately. This is a good bloke. This is a good bloke who is a good minister, a great senator, and has done a lot for families around the country, including some championing some major changes for adoption laws around the country. And the senator joins us now. Zed, nice to see you, mate.
G'day, Paul. How are you?
Good. So it is, I keep talking about it as the metaphorical knife fight. What's it like in Canberra right now?
Yeah, we're scrapping for every vote, Paul, and I've been at pre-poll a lot today. And, it's interesting. The feedback and the feel we have on the ground, I think, is a bit different to what the polls have shown nationally and even what they've shown in Canberra. There's been some published polls saying that we're not doing as well as we would like. That remains to be seen. It is a big fight. There's a lot of money being thrown by the Climate 200 Green independents, particularly David Pocock and also Kim Rubenstein. They're getting a lot of money, a huge campaign from Climate 200 and Homes Accord and those. And what they want is just only Labor Greens and Green independent representation out of Canberra. So, yeah, it's a fight. But the feedback we're getting on the ground is that there are a lot of people who see the risks of Albanese, see the risks of these Green independents, what they mean for the economy, what they mean for national security, what they mean for jobs.
Well, and we see today that, again, I can't show you my costings because I've still got two policies to announce. Well, OK, then, tell us all the numbers and then we'll save the extra two and add them when you make the announcements. The bloke is hiding in plain sight. He's hiding behind the shadow ministers when he can't answer a question. He's hiding behind a more popular Labor Premier. Now he's hiding behind an advertising ban to tell us how everything's going to go through the roof.
Well, it's been quite embarrassing, isn't it? He's shown during this campaign, Anthony Albanese, that he doesn't have a clue on the economy. He can't explain any of his policies. And now he is literally running from press conferences rather than answering questions about how much his policies would cost, what they would mean for the budget bottom line, and what they would mean for our economy. If you can't explain your policies, if you can't cost your policies, you can't be trusted to run the country. And Anthony Albanese simply won't answer those questions. We can only then go on previous form, and that is that the Labor Party increased taxes, they cut defence spending, they opened up the borders. That's been their record, and they saw energy prices go through the roof because of things like the carbon tax. So if they won't tell us how they're going to do it, we can only go on what they've done before, and that is a massive risk for the country. It's a massive risk here in Canberra. It's a massive risk right around in every state and territory.
I'm a great believer in giving people a chance to say what they want to do with their next term in Parliament. So if you were re-elected on Saturday, what can you bring to the ACT for the next 6 years?
Well, there's a couple of things that I'd like to do. I'd like to build on the record infrastructure investment that we've been delivering here in Canberra, $2.1 billion, the most since self-government by a federal government. But dealing with housing affordability is an absolute focus. And what I'd like to do is obviously give people access to their super. But what we're doing here in Canberra as well is releasing thousands of blocks of land so that young people in Canberra and indeed around the country through our other policies can access the dream of home ownership. If we can do that, if we can make things that little bit easier for those first home buyers, I think that'd be huge. If we can continue to invest in that infrastructure that we have been at record levels, then I think there's great outcomes for Canberrans, whether it's getting to and from work more quickly, but really importantly, being able to get into a family home, which they're being denied the opportunity at the moment by a Labor Greens government.
Good stuff. Nice to talk to you, Zed. All the best, and thank you for all your time that you've given us throughout the term. And I look forward to the next term as well. All the best, mate.